Hi everyone, we're back tonight with Alice Litherland, the former coxswain at Vanguard and now our officer candidate here at Ontario. And tonight she's going to show the ladies how to do a proper hair.
Good evening everyone. So today we are going to go over how to make a proper cadet style bun. Now there are a lot of different types of bun styles out there, and there's a few particular things that make it functional for being a cadet. In particular, a sea cadet, although these tricks will work for an army cadet as well, and the same idea will work if you're an air cadet. You probably just will need to make it a little bit lower down your scalp to fit your wedge on. So the first thing we're going to go over is the different tools that I use. So of course we have hairspray, and I keep my hair elastics on my hairspray bottle, and I've got some brightly colored ones here just so that you'll be able to see against my dark hair where I'm putting the hair elastics. Of course, when you want to get all in your uniform, you want to make sure you're using hair elastics that are the same color as your hair, so that if the corner of it's sticking out, which ideally it's not, but that way it all blends in, you just certainly don't want lime green or bright yellow sticking out of your bun. In addition, I have gel. You always want to make sure that you're picking the gel of the highest caliber of that brand. So I have number 10. I think this one's from Life. I also often get other brands that come up to an 8 or a 10, whatever the top of their scale is. Most of them are pretty great as long as you pick the top of the scale. And same thing with the hairspray. You want to make sure that you're picking whatever their hardest hold is. Everything else tends to not hold your hair very well. Next, of course, I have a hairbrush, and I also use a comb that has a rat tail on the end. This is particularly because I have layers, and it also is really useful if you have bangs for separating them. If you just have one length of hair, you probably don't need the rat tail, but a comb is always useful. And then I have straight bobby pins and bun bobby pins, and we will go over the difference and why you want to have both. So this is the bun bobby pin. And then I have a hairnet. Again, you want it to match your own hair color. Unfortunately, I couldn't find it in a bright color to show you on my hair, but that's what they look like not on. And I'm also going to show you a trick with your bobby pins, so I brought some Kleenex. So the trick with the bobby pins is that if they don't stain your hair very well, because you have really straight hair or really fine hair, you can actually spray them with hairspray and they stick better. So the reason I have the tissues is just so I don't get hairspray everywhere. You just lay out your bobby pins. And then just spray some hairspray on them. And they'll hold in your hair a lot better. The other key point is that the wobbly side of your bobby pin is actually supposed to go down against your scalp so that the flat part is what's showing, because that's what's going to grip. If you put the flat side down, it's just going to slide out of your hair. Okay, so now we're going to get going on actually creating the bun. So the first thing, obviously, you want to brush your hair, and there's a couple of different things that you can do. If you have bangs, you probably want to keep them separate, and we will go over how to tuck them away after. Other than that, if you don't, you can just brush it straight back. I'm going to take my bangs out, so that's what the rat tail is really good for. So my bangs are pretty long now and would fit in my bun, but I'll keep them out just to show the difference. And then what I'm going to do is mist the whole top of my hair with the hairspray. That's just going to get you a bit of a base layer, and then I'm going to brush it again. And this is where it gets a bit unique to being a cadet bun in particular. A lot of the time, if you've ever done dance or ballet or anything, you want it to have your bun way up at the top of your head. If you put your bun up at the top of your head, your cap isn't going to fit on. It's also a problem that girls often have if they're finding that their cap doesn't fit. It's a good try to lower your bun, and your cap might actually be the right size. So we're going to brush our hair nice and snug. And we want to make sure that the bottom is also flat. We take a hair tie. and tie it off. A good idea of measuring where your bun should start or where that ponytail should be is about the middle of your ears. Like I was saying, for air cadets with your wedge, you may have to lower it down to the nape of your neck for your wedge to fit, just depending on how it fits on you. So as you can see, well, you might not be able to see, but my ponytail is still a bit loose. So what I'm going to do is just separate it and pull, and that's going to snug the whole thing up. So now it's nice and tight against my head. The next step is getting your bangs out of the way. So this is where the comb comes in handy. You can make everything really flat. And like I said, mine are pretty much long enough that they would go in my bun anyways, but if not, you're just going to bobby pin them along the side. So I'm going to tuck them into my hair elastic. Make sure they're secure. I'm going to take my bobby pins, and your best bet is to make an X. So if you push your bangs flat, you take your bobby pin and you put one facing up, again, smooth side out, bumpy side in, and one facing down. So if you decide that you want to make your bangs go on either side, you can do that as well. Some people also like to put an X on both sides just to help hold any layers that they have in. This is when you start with your gel. What I usually do is rub a bit on my hands and add it to the edges. The other place that's really important is here at the corner of your ear. All of these little frizzy hairs can get held in either with hairspray or with gel. And you can do that just by holding them back and adding a pretty liberal dose of hairspray or gel, and then using your comb and running all of those wispies back into your hair. Of course, the more formal the evening, the tighter and the more accurate you want your bun to be. If it's ceremonial divisions, you pretty much want it to not move at all. If it's a work dress night, you have a little bit more lenience, but your officers never want to see flyaways. So now we're just going to add more hairspray until we get rid of all the flyaways. And we're happy with the way the top of our bun looks. The next step is to make your ponytail into a bun. So this is where the bun pins come into play. We take our bun and we twist it with one hand or the other. And this works with any length of hair. It's easier the longer it gets, but you can do it with quite short hair. We fold the twist up and just start pinning it around. You're going to pick up a piece of the bun and a piece of your hair that's still on your scalp and push the bun pin in. The big trick is to get the bun pin stuck inside the elastic that you made your ponytail with. So we're just going to keep twisting. If you have longer hair, obviously you're going to end up going around more times. And pinning. If you have particularly thick hair, you may want to add another hair elastic to help hold all these ends in. I find that adding enough pins eliminates that last hair elastic, which also eliminates the fact that my hair elastic might show. And then once I'm happy with how tightly it's pinned, I take my hairnet and I just place it over the bun and flip it until I run out of hairnet. Hairnets also come in a heavier weight if that is more preferable to you. However, the ones that are a very loose weave don't work very well. The last step is to take your comb again and a bobby pin and comb up all of the little loose ends underneath your bun. And take the pin and pin them up underneath. The last dose of hairspray. And they should hold. So that's a pretty generic cadet bun. Of course, the more stiff you want the whole operation to be, the more gel and the more hairspray you would use. An additional trick is if you want it to really stay put, maybe you're on parade at camp and you're going to be there for 3 hours and it's sunny and hot, is to liberally add the gel before you even start with putting it in a ponytail. But for a regular parade night, as long as those wispies are gone and everything is tight and back out of the way, your officers should be happy. Thanks for watching.